Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So yesterday we studied till ṛ-dvayaṁ, and now okay, we can do this also. ṛ-dvaya dvayayor riti. Sutra 46th. ṛ-dvaya and advaya only optionally undergo sandhi when ri-rama follows. And as a further option, they can become vamana, but only if sandhi is not done. So for example, if we have two words which are, let's say, srashtri and rishabha, so generally we apply the sutra dashavatare katmake militva trivikramaha, and we get the form, this one, srashtri shabha, by that sutra. But there is an exceptional form here, vikalpa, which is the same, srashtri rishabha. It optionally undergoes sandhi, it says. So one time we did, and one time they remain the same. Same with Yadava Rishabha. So one time we apply ṛ-dvayaṁ, the 45th sutra, and we get Yadava Rishabha, and one time it remains as it is, Yadava Rishabha. And Mala Rishabhasya. So generally we apply ṛ-dvayaṁ and we get Malar Shabhasya. I hope you got this Malar Shabhasya by applying ṛ-dvayaṁ. And one time it remains the same by this sutra only, 46th, Mala Rishabhasya. And one time the Trivikrama becomes Vamana when Sandhi is not done. So Mala Rishabhasya. So generally ṛ-dvayaṁ form is to be seen, but sometimes, quite rare, but it happens. Such forms can also come when Sandhi is not done. Yes. So like that, ṛ-dvaya dvayayor iti, riti. So this was it. e-dvaye. When advaya is followed by e-dvaya means a-I. It joins with e-dvaya and becomes I. For example, Krishna yukta ekanathaha. So we have advaya and e-dvaya here. So they join together to become Krishnaikanathaha. Krishnaikanathaha. Okay. Krishna Aishwaryam. So it is I here and a. So they join together to become Krishna Ishwaryam. Like that. Quite simple. o-dvaye o. Any example? Random example for this one? Not in my mind, at least. o-dvaye o. So when advaya is followed by o-dvaye, so they join to become o. For example, Krishna odanam. So a and o joins to become o. So it becomes Krishna udanam. Krishna aunatyam. So Krishna unatyam. Okay. If you remember any, examples, so please tell for more, just to make it more clear.
Guruji, in the previous one, chaiva is quite common in scriptures.
Yes, Chaiva is there. So cha yukta eva changes to chaiva. We know this chaiva. So is cha yukta eva becomes chaiva. Any more
Also,
example?
tataivam.
Tatha evam. So becomes the even sada yukta eva sadaiva, like that. Then we have advaya yukta o-dvaya, which becomes o. So I'm not recollecting any example for it.
I can think of one. Krishna
And
yukta ojas, Krishna ojas, or Krishna ojaha.
Krishna Jaha. Also one very famous from Bhagavatam. Vraja o kasaha becomes vrajau kasaha. Vrajau kasaha, like that.
In Guruji, in Bhagavad Gita, there is a chaushadhi, pushnami chaushadhi.
Yes, yes. So we have aushadhi, which changes to chaushadhi. Yes. So like that, we have all this. Moving ahead is i-dvayam eva yah sarveśvare. So till now, what we did was we had advaya in the beginning and all the other sarveśvaras in sequence. We studied after advaya. Now, advaya and the combinations of other sarveśvaras are finished. Now, Jiva Goswami is putting i-dvaya in the first place. So it comes like i-dvaya and any sarveshvara minus i-dvaya. Okay, and in this case, what happens is this sarveshvara remains the same. Only the adesha of i-dvaya takes place, and the i-rama changes to ya-rama. It doesn't change to ya with a rama. It just changes to ya-rama, which means ya-rama with halanta. Okay, this is quite important. Means the halanta in ya-rama. Okay, who will tell me why it's i-dvaya yukta sarveshvara, but the sarveshvara should not be i-dvaya? Any guess?
Because we've already heard Dashavatara Ekatmake Malitpa Trivikramaha.
Yes, Prabhuji. So if we have i-dvaya again, then Dashavatara Ekatmake Militva Trivikrama Sutra will be applied and not this one. So that's why any sarveshvara except i-dvaya. For example, and this is really quite often used, and I really love this one. Hari Archanam. So we have i-dvaya and we have sarveshvara except i-dvaya. So the i-rama changes to, oops. Hari Archanam. And if we write it in Devanagari, then it would be like Hariyar, Hariyar Chanam, like that. Everyone can see the screen, right? Means, and the font is
Yes.
good. So this is Hari Archanam and Hari Archanam. Any random examples from Gita, Bhagavad?
Ityapi. Ityapi.
Okay. This is quite used in the tikas. So it becomes. So basically, when we write it in Roman script, which I'm writing in right now, so we put this hyphen in between. But in Devanagari, we combine them like this. Ityapi. Any other example?
Yadyapi.
Yes. Iti, yadi. So, yadyapi.
In Bhagavad Gita, there is this nacha shaknomi avasthatum.
Shaknomi avasthatum. So, changes to shakno mya vasthatum. Shaknomya vasthatum. Any other?
Bhavati tyanushruma.
Bhavati tyanush. Okay, iti and anushruma. Iti anushruma, which becomes ityanu shruma. So like that. I think this is clear. Ityanu. And if we have bhavati and iti, so we won't apply i-dvayaṁ sarveśvare here. We'll apply the shabdarikatmake. So this is not a part of this sandhi. Because we have dashavatara here and we have its ekatmaka here. So in that case, only that sutra will be applied, not this one. Clear?
Clear.
There are many examples here. Hari Archanam, which becomes Hari Archanam, Hari Asanam, Dadhyupendrasya, Rukmini Esha, Rukmanya Esha. Like that. We'll just read this one also, the Vritti. How is there Hari Hariti? Hari Hariti we did yesterday in the Shavtara Ekatmake. So, means Jiva Goswami is himself raising the question here that we could have applied i-dvayaṁ eva jaya sarveśvare even in this case. So, but why didn't we? So, because Dashavatarikartmake Militva Trivikramaha is stronger than the current sutra due to its dependence on the presence of an ekatmaka. And so Sutra 42, which is the Dashavatara, is Vishesha. In that regard, what pervades the whole group is called Samanya, whereas what pervades one section of the group is called Vishesha. A Samanya rule is called an Utsarga and a Vishesha rule is called an Apavada. Exception, a specific rule which sets aside the general rule. Once that is established, there is a gradation. Between an earlier rule and a later rule, the later rule is stronger. Between a Nitya rule and an Anitya rule, the Nitya rule is stronger. Between an Antaranga rule and a Bahiranga rule, the Antaranga rule is stronger. Between an Utsarga and an Apavada, the Apavada is stronger. And out of these four Nyayas, each later one is stronger than the previous ones. So what it is talking about basically is sometimes what happen is there happens a clash between two sutras which could have been applied at one place, at the same time. So which sutra to be chosen and which sutra to be rejected or neglected and not to be applied. So this vritti tells that which sutra should be applied and what is the procedure. Because in this case, for example, in Hari Hariti, i-dvayam sarveśvare could also have been applied, but it doesn't. Okay, one first thing is both the sutras could have been applied here, Dashavatara and i-dvayam sarveśvare. This thing which I wrote here, minus i-dvaya, this I wrote from myself. And in the sutra, there is only the mention of sarveśvara. It just says i-dvayam becomes ya when followed by sarveśvara. It doesn't say except i-dvaya. I wrote it myself to make it more clear. But both the sutras are applicable in this case. So how to choose which sutra to be applied? So Jiva Goswami is mentioning that there are two types of sutras. One is Vishesh and one is Samanya. Samanya Sutra is the sutra which is generally applied. But Vishesh is a special sutra, specific sutra, which aims at, it goes in specifications, specific details of things. So this sutra here is a special sutra. Okay, let me do it like this. Dashavatara ekatmake militva trivikrama. In that case, we had Dashavatara plus its ekatmaka. So Dashavatara includes 10 letters, and ekatmaka can be any of the ekatmakas from 10 even, and then we get something result. But in i-dvayam sarveśvare, we have i-dvaya in the beginning, which are of course 2 letters, and then we have sarveśvaras minus, okay, only sarveśvaras. So here, if we see, this is quite a general sutra which applies to any of the letter from Dashavatara. You see, and we have 10 of them. But in this case, it is more specifically talking about i-dvaya. It is more specifically talking about i-dvaya, which are only 2 in numbers. So that's why this sutra is a Vishesh Sutra, specific sutra. Specific sutra in comparison with Dashavatara Sutra. This is also to be understood. This sutra is Vishesha in comparison with this sutra, which is a general one in front of i-dvayam sarveśvare, which is Samanya. So that's why we apply Vishesha here, and it becomes, like this. So yes, and other things, sometimes we see that some sutra are optionally applied, like ṛ-dvaya dvaya yor riti. There we had, that optionally it will become like this, and optionally it won't become. So that is anitya rule. Anitya means optionally it can happen and it cannot happen. And one type of sutra or rule is nitya, that it has to happen. For example, Dashavatara ekatmake militva trivikramaha, i-dvayam sarveśvare, advayam i-dvaye, they are all nitya rules. So amongst them, the nitya rules are stronger. Then we have earlier rule and later rule, a rule which was at an earlier point, and a rule which is at a later point. So amongst them, the later rule is more stronger. This is Abhinandan Prabhu. This is also answer to your query today, that which sutra to be applied first while making forms, sandhi or the present one.
Yes.
So if we have a later rule, then we apply the later one. If we don't, then we apply the earlier rule. Then we have antaranga rule and bahiranga rule. This we'll study ahead. And we have utsarga and apavada. Apavada is exception and utsarga is general again, which we studied, samanya and vishesh. So amongst them, apavada, the vishesh sutra is stronger. And out of these four, the later one is more stronger than the previous one. So ultimately, this one is the most strongest. So we'll get to know how to use these things ahead. Like that. So don't be confused.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
just to
Prabhuji.
clarify, you said that the Dashavatara Ekatmike Sutra is general, and this one is Vishesha. So shouldn't we apply this one then? If this one is Vishesha, then shouldn't that overrule the Dashavatara one?
We apply Dashavatara Sutra where the requirements of that sutra are fulfilled fully. We apply Dashavatara Sutra, Dashavatara Ekatmike Mlitva Trivikramaha, when the requirement of that sutra is fully fulfilled. So if we have Dashavatara and it's Ekatmaka, then there is no need to put another sutra there, because the prerequisite is being fulfilled. But if it's not like that, then we have this sutra, and this is how we can understand it, simply. So for all the sutras, this is just a general thing. If the prerequisite is fulfilled, whatever the sutra is asking for, then we have to go for the sutra. And if it's not fulfilling, and even if it's fulfilling and another sutra has to be applied, so in that case, Jiva Goswami will clarify it in the vritti. So it's not like that Jiva Goswami is just mentioning the points here and he will just leave us on our own, to solve the equations. He will be telling again and again that here, this sutra was to be applied, but we will apply another sutra, and he will also give the reason. So for the timing, we can understand like this only. And personally, when I studied, to keep it simple, I took it like this only, which I told all of you. I understood it in this way. And that was quite simple for me to learn and also to tell and to teach. That you just put i-dvaye minus i-dvaye here and it becomes simple. So, like that. Then we have u-dvayaṁ vaha. So again, if we have u-dvaya, yukta any sarveśvare minus u-dvaya again, then what will happen is this u-rama will change to va-rama. So only adesha of u-dvaya and the sarveśvara will remain the same. For example, we heard from Gita yesterday. Ishu asa, Maheshvasa. So ish vasa, ishvasa. And in Devanagari it would be Ishvasa. And Maha Yukta Ishvasa is equal to Maheshvasa. Then another example from Jiva Goswami is Madhu Arihi. So it becomes Madhvarihi. Madhvarihi. Vishnu Ashritaha, Vishnvashritaha. Vishnvashritaha. Like that. Then we have ṛ-dvayaṁ raha, where if we have ṛ-dvaya, yukta any sarveśvare, sarveśvaras, minus without any ṛ-dvaya again, then this ṛ-dvaya becomes ra, only ra. For example, Rama Bṛhad Udayah. So in this case, we have Ṛ-Rama and then a sarveśvara except ṛ-dvaya. So Ṛ-Rama changes to ra. So it would be Rama Bṛhad Trudayah. In Devanagari it would be Rama Bṛhad in this way. And then there is Rama Bhratra Yukta Aishwaryam. Rama Bhratra Aishwaryam changes to Ra-Rama. Yes. Any example for this one?
Madhvacharya.
Madhu Acharya. I never thought of that. Madhu Acharya becomes Madhvacharya.
Tvīdam.
Okay, yes, that also there. Madhu Acharya. Okay. Madhva. I don't know if it's means it sounds right at
Maybe,
least.
yeah, I'm speculating for, I don't know for sure.
Anyhow, what was that? Tuidam. So it becomes Tuidam.
Madhvacharya can be split as Madhva and Acharya also, no?
Actually, it is that Madhva and Acharya. It's not Madhu Acharya.
Sorry.
Madhva. Yes. So Tvīdam etesham. We have it. This one? Anything from this one is. Anyhow. Okay, last sandhi for today. ṛ-dvayaṁ. If ṛ-dvaya is there and then sarveśvara again minus ṛ-dvaya. I think by now you are clear why we are putting this minus so and minus so. Just to prevent the Shavatara Sutra. Then ṛ-dvaya becomes Ḻ-Rama. Simply Ḻ-Rama. For example, Shakri Arthaha, the Ri becomes L. Shaklarthaha. So it becomes Shaklarthaha. It was Shakri Arthaha and becomes Shaklarthaha by this sutra. ṛ-dvayaṁ Ḻ. Clear? Hope so. Quite easy.
Prabhuji, for that ṛ-dvaye, there is one in Bhagavatam that is kartratma.
Kartri Atma becomes Kartratma. Which shloka?
This one, Prabhuji, 3.5.29.
Yes. So Kartratma. Here. So it becomes Kartratma. So we had Kartri here somewhere. Yes, we have Kartri here and Atma. So they join together to become Kartratma by Sutra ṛ-dvayaṁ Rah. Yes. Okay, we'll finish here with the sandhis today. So please search for more examples and don't skip reading word meanings whenever you read Prabhupada's books, because Prabhupada had already undone the sandhis in the word-to-word meanings, if you see. Just in case, here, this the first one from Gita. Like Dhritarashtra Vacha, you don't see any Visarga here, but here you see the Visarga. So this was the result of Visarga Sandhi, Vishnu Sarga Sandhi, which we'll be reading soon. So that's how in the shloka, the sandhis are done, and Prabhupada undid the sandhis in the synonyms. So it really helps. Any questions in the grammatical portion? Okay, we move ahead.
Well, I do have a question.
Yes, bro.
You know, we're looking off the Bṛhad version, the PDF that was sent in the Telegram group.
No.
And I mean, at least I am.
Yes,
when
yes.
I don't have the other one. So I just saw in the sutra, ḻ-dvayaṁ laha, in the Vritti, Jiva Goswami talks about how the, you know, yavarala can be inserted in the middle. It's not in this version, but it's in the Bṛhad version. So I'm just curious if, because it is something that I see sometimes actually in, you know, Shastra. So I don't know. I just wanted to hear from you a little bit about it.
The sutra was ṛ-dvayaṁ lah, right?
Yes.
So what does it talk about?
In the Vritti here, it says how sometimes the yavarala is sometimes inserted in the middle instead of, you know, it's an agama instead of an adesh.
Oh, it means like some scholars, and even Jiva Goswami writes their names, according to the opinion of Vyadi and Galava. They were some scholars in this field. So what they would do is, they would not do the adesha of e with ya, of u with va. What they would do was they would just add ya after e-rama, va after u-rama, and va after u-rama. But we, being the follower of Jiva Goswami, and I think even Panini grammar, they do not accept this version, and it's considered invalid. And the right
So we don't
version
see this
is
in
convert-
Shastra then.
Personally, I didn't till now, and I hope I don't want to see one. So my teacher told me that it's not considered right, and it's not to be seen quite often. And yes, so adesha is to be accepted, not agama. So this is agama here, and we only accept adesha. E with ya, u with va, and ri with ra, and ri with la. Like that. This was what my
Okay.
this was what my teacher told me, and personally, even I didn't notice any of examples of these ones. So if you ever come across, so please let us know. Anyone like that. Maybe it might be there in the Vedas or some Shruti Shastras, but at least in the Smriti Shastras, especially Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, I didn't notice all these things. Okay.
That's true. Thank you.
Any other thing, Prabhuji?
Would it be possible, Prabhu, to get the Majjhima PDF also sent in the group, just so that I can? Because it seems like we're going over that one.
It's not a PDF. I have a folder. Means somebody scanned it and I got it from somewhere. So it's like in a folder, and I'll try to zip it. Actually, it's here. Let me just try to do it right now. So it's 568 MB and it's on the way. You'll get it in a few minutes. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
So text it in. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Athakyahi Harer Dhiman Avatar Katha Shobha Leela Vidaratah Svairam Ishwarasyatma Mayaya. Okay, again, Rishis, Shaunakadi Munis speaking to Sutta. Hey Dhiman, we speak Buddhiman, we know the word Buddhiman. So the same thing, Dhiman. Dhi means Buddhi, and Man or Van or Van, they are used in the sense of possessing something. Like Bhagavan means one who possesses the bhagas, the 6 bhagas, the opulences. So Man and Van, they are same. So Matiman, hey Matiman, one who possesses Mati, the intelligence, the Vivek. Atha, which means Anantaram, Atma Mayaya, Leelaha Vidadataha. One who performs Kurvata, who performs Leela, pastimes. And what are those pastimes like? They are Jagat Sthiti Arthe, for the sake of the maintenance of Jagat. Bhu Bhar Haran Adi Rupaha. Bhu means quick.
Bhumi.
Earth,
Bhara means
burden, or weight,
Harana,
Feeding.
the removal.
Withdrawal.
yeah,
Removal.
withdrawal. So, removal of the burden of Mother Earth for the sake of Arthe means for the sake of the easy going of Jagat, let's say like that. So pastimes like that, who performs
Arti means
pastimes.
distressed, right?
What is that?
Arti.
No,
Means
this is
distress.
that is another word. This is Arthe. Arthe means for the purpose of, for the sake of. Like Radha Krishna Priti Arthe, in the yagyas they do. Radha Krishna Priti Arthe. So Arthe means for the purpose of. So one who performs such pastimes, and how Swairam. swatantrena, independently. He's not bound to act, and that's why it's divya. It's not like we are bound by the nature, by the three modes, but Lord Krishna isn't. So he performs swatantrena and atma mayaya through his internal potency, which is described as nij ichha rupaya. Nij ichha rupaya means it's the potency, the atma maya. How do you translate nij ichha rupaya? Is just
Own free will.
I'm sorry.
His own free will.
Okay, his own free will. One who acts as per his own free will, maybe. And Shaktya, the potency, which is Chit Shaktya. We know Chit Shakti, Sat Chit Anand, and we have Chit Shakti. The cognitive potency, Chit Shakti, the cognitive potency, that is Yogamaya. So, Tasya Ishwarasya, of that Ishwara who is Lord Hari, who is Bhagavat Shri Krishnasya, Shubhaha Avatar Katha Akhyai. Please tell Bruhi. Bruhi is very famous word actually. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammohya chetah yat shreyah syan nishchitam Bruhi tanme. 2.7 Bhagavad Gita. So Bruhi, quite a famous one. And so please tell the avatar, the Shubha. Shubha means Shivadaha, one who gives, who bestows auspiciousness. The auspicious giving avatar katha of the Lord, of Lord Hari, who is Ishvara. And avatar katha means Purusha Leela Avataranam katha, the pastimes, the deeds of Purusha avatars, Leela avatars, ityadi. Vayam tu na vitripyama uttama shloka vikrame yachrindvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. This is very nice verse. Vayam tu na vitripyama. It's like when, anyhow, I won't say that. Yad vikramam shrindvatam rasajnanam. The rasikas, those who are well acquainted with the knowledge and of rasas, all the mellows, and who experience it also, and they also shravanakarinam, and they are the shrotas. Shrotas, what do they hear? Yad vikramam. Yad vikramam arthat bhagavatah vikramam, who like to hear and who hear the vikrama, the prowess or the deeds or the pastimes of the Lord. Pade pade swadu swadu. Pade pade swadu swadu. Arthat pratipadam, pratikshanam va, aswadanam, swadutah api swadu bhavati iti shesha. Pade pade swadu swadu is translated as that those who relish the topics of Krishna, of the Lord, pratipadam. Pratipadam can be translated as
Every
on
step.
every step, literally. But I think there will be some other usage also. Pratipadam. At every place, at every step, everywhere. Yeah. And then pratikshanamva, or even every second, every moment. So aswadanam, they relish. And swadutah api swadu bhavati. And it becomes more nectarian, more relishable than what it was before. You know, like now it is 100% relishable. The next moment it becomes 200% relishable. You know, just to keep a figure. So swadutaha api sadhu bhavati. Uttaram madhuryam giratiti bhavaha. That uttaram. So when it proceeds ahead, the topics of Krishna, the katha of Krishna. So as one proceeds ahead with the listening of the katha, so madhurya mudgi atiti bhava, then the topics become more full of madhurya, madhurta, the sweetness increases and increases and increases. Adhuna atishayena shravana ichhavashat tasmin. So then uttama shloka vikrame. Adhuna, right now, atishayena. Atishayena means exceedingly, you know, exceedingly. Shravana ichha vashat. Vashat means
Controlled.
Trap. Wash.
Position.
not the exact word I'm getting. Vashat means
Basically, like
Influence.
from being controlled, huh? Like Shravanetcha Vashat, because of being
Okay.
controlled by a desire to hear.
Overcome, maybe overcome or overpowered, I think would be good. But anyhow, control is also good.
Influence.
Yeah, influence, prabhavit, prabhav. So yeah, over controlled, overcome, controlled, whatever, by the desire to hear. Like we have balat iva niyojitah in Bhagavad Gita, that one is engaged forcefully, that is balat there, by the senses. So tasmin uttama shloka vikrame vayam tu na vitripyamaha. That we are not satisfied. Na visheshena tripta bhavamah alamiti na manyamahe. That we are not fully satisfied. That anye tu tripyanta nama. That others may get satisfied by hearing the topics of Krishna. But vayam tu na. But tu means but. But if you ask about us, then we are not satisfied. We are not fully satisfied. And not satisfied in which topic? About whom? Uttama shloka vikrame. This is really good. I really like quoting it. Udgachati tamaha yasmat sah uttamaha. So first of all, the word uttama is being described. Uttama means udgachati. Udgachati means which dispels. Tamaha. Uttama means which dispels the ignorance, the tamogun. Gachati means to go, you know, to go. So udgachati means which dispels, which removes the tamogun. Tatha bhutah. Tatha bhuta could be translated as such shlokah. Shloka means yashah. Such shlokah, yashah, deeds or character of the Lord. Yatra yasya vatasya vikrame guna lila kathado. So uttama shlok means the shloka, the yasha of the Lord, which dispels the tamogun of one. So such is, that is uttama shloka. And tasya vikrame means guna lila kathado, in his qualities, in his pastimes. So the katha of his guna and lila, etc. So vayam tu na vitripyama. We are not satisfied in hearing about such a Lord whose pastimes are uttama shloka, which dispels the ignorance of the heart. Then, 20, 21, 22, 23. One more will do again. Kritvan kila karmani sah ramena keshavah atimartyani bhagavan gudha kapata manushah. Nice word. Kapata means kapata. Manusha in a human form and kapata we mean, cheating or
Deceiving.
deceit. Yeah, deceit. Deceit. Actually, the word deceit is not right in this case because, yeah. So, Nityah aprakritah sanapi. That even though the Lord is aprakrita, Nitya, eternally, still prapanchika darshana yogya manushya rupadhrik. He, dhrik, dharan, he accepts, or yeah, he accepts the human form just to facilitate the faculty of vision of the people of Earth planet to be able to see him. Okay, prapanchika means us, the people of this world who are living in this prapancha, in this jagata. So jagat is also known as prapancha, by the way, in the Sanskrit language. So gudha, ataha, this rupa is gudha, is guhya, is prachanna. Means outwardly it seems like a normal form like ours, but it's completely different, and that's why it's prachanna. We know prachanna. Inside it's something else, and then there is a covering outside. Such Bhagavan Keshavah, Ishwarah Vasudevah, Ramena Saha, Baladevena Sardham, along with Balarama, Yani Atimartyani Karmani Kritaman. So, whatever Karmani, Leela Vikraman, whatever pastimes he did, and how were those pastimes like? Ati Martyani. Ati Martyani means Martyan Ati Krantani. They were superhuman pastimes, literal translation. Ati means super and Martyani means superhuman. Yes. Kritvan, they performed, they did. Tani Sarvani Api Kathaya Iti Shesha. Those also you tell us. Those also, all those pastimes, please narrate to us. Okay, I just want to finish this chapter, so 3 more shlokas. We'll just cover it. Kalimagatamajnaya kshetresmin vaishnave vayam asina dirgha satrena kathayam sakshana harihe. So Kalim, Kaliyugam, Agatam, Praptam, Ajnaya, Gyatva, after knowing, Tadbhiya, because of that Kaliyug is arriving, there is a fear. So out of that fear, Asmin Atra, here, Vaishnave Kshetre, which was Vishnu Priya Naimisharanya, in the forest of Naimisha, which is dear to Lord Vishnu. It is known as Vaishnava because it is dear to Lord Vishnu. Now, what does it mean that this is Vaishnav Kshetra? Because it is dear to Lord Vishnu, that's why it's known as Vaishnava. Dirgha Satrena Asinaha, that we are sitting here, Bahukala Vyapi Yagya Nimittena, for the sake of, with the cause of performing a yagya, a sacrifice which would continue for a long period of time. Bahukala Vyapi. Vayam Shaunakadayah Yagikaha. Us, the Shaunakadi rishis who are here to perform yagya, Harehe Kathayam Sakshanaha. We have received Labdha. Labdha means we have received the avsar. Avsar means the opportunity to hear the Katha of Lord Hari. Okay? Tvam naha sandarshito dhatra dustaram nistitirshatam kalim sattvaharam pumsam karnadhara ivarnavam. Pumsam, naranam, of humankind, of man, sattvaharam. Sattva means bala, buddhi, apaham. I think it should be apaharam. One who takes away, who steals the strength, the intelligence of the naras. Dustaram, which is very difficult to be crossed over. Kalim, such is Kali Yuga. Kali Kala Rupam Samudram, and it's compared with a Samudra here, which is very, very difficult to be crossed. And we, Naha, the rishis are continuing, we are Nistitir Shatam, Samyak Taritum Ichatam, that we desire to cross over it, which is very difficult to be crossed over, in general. Arnavam Sagaram Karnadhara eva dhatra sandarshita. And we who desire to cross over this Kali Yuga, ocean of Kali Yuga, we, by the mercy of Ishvara, by Krishna's arrangement, Krishna's arrangement is, we have received Sandarshita, we have received, or he has, how do we say prerit? He has
Inspired.
inspired you, to come and to approach us, not to approach us, basically, to bless us with your kind words, with your generous words, Tava Kathamritam, and so on. Asmad Drishti Pathe Preritah, that he has inspired you to bless us. Vidhatri Kripa Balena, that by the Kripa Bal of Vidhatri means the Vidhata, the Lord, Saubhagya Vashat, by our Saubhagya, Bhavad Darshanam Asmabhi Labdham, that we have received the darshan of your highness, of your holiness. And you have appeared here as our Karnadhara. Karnadhara means Navika, a boatman, who facilitates the people to cross the ocean from one side to the another. So the Rishi Munis, they are expressing their gratitude in the very beginning here towards Suta Goswami. And even this applies to Srila Prabhupada. That's a different topic altogether. Bṛhad Yogeshware. One just humorous thing, that the Shaunakadi rishis, thousands of them actually, they were in the Naimisharanya forest already before even Suta Goswami approached or arrived, and they were there to perform sacrifice. And then by Krishna's will, Suta Goswami appeared. But in our case, we didn't perform any sacrifice, or we weren't performing any sacrifices anywhere. But still, by Krishna's grace, we received mercy somehow, in some way or the other. Quite a contrast, actually.
But they were there performing for going to heavenly kingdom, right? After that, hearing the katha only, they got attraction to go back to Godhead.
I mean, you're talking about the Shaunakadi rishis.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't hear that they were performing, to go back, to go to the heavenly.
This is Sri Vishwanath's interpretation of the fourth verse, Satram Swargaya Lokaya.
Okay,
He says they were there for Swarga. And then he says, Vayam tu navitripyama, that actually we've heard the other Puranas and we've heard all of these other things, but the only thing that continues to have taste for us is this Uttama Shloka Vikrame. So we're satisfied with everything else, Vayam tu navitripyama, but we're not satisfied with this Uttama Shloka Vikrame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, again, so from Karma Kanda to, Vishuddha Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti. So such an elevation. But still, they were quite ahead than us.
Definitely.
If Ashwin Prabhu is trying to come closer to them, in any case. So, yeah, the last one is Bṛhad Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kashtham Adhuno Pete Dharmahakam Sharanam Gataha. Hey Suta, Yogeshware Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Adhuna Swam Kashtham Upete. that Yogeshwara, one whose charana or who is worshipped, Vandit, who is praised, worshipped by the best of the yogis, such Brahmanye, such protector of Brahmana. Goptari means Gopta. Gopta means one who protects the Brahmanas. Dharma Varmani, who is Kavach Vat Rakshake, who is like a protector, similar to a Kavacha. Kavacha means in English armor, we say the
Shield.
armor, the shield.
Armor.
Yeah. One who protects the Sanatana Dharma, just like a shield protects a soldier in the war. Adhuna, now means it was when Shaunakadi rishis were talking to Suta Goswami, and yes. So in the Bhagavad Mahatmya, just in case, it's mentioned that when Shukdev Goswami was doing the katha, so it was after the advent of Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga was 30 years old at that time when Shukdev Goswami was doing the katha. So of course now Suta Goswami is doing the katha after Shukdev Goswami. So it's like after maybe 30, 50 years, 40 years, I don't know exact timings. But Shukdev Goswami did after 30 years passed. So Adhuna, Idanim Sampratam, right now, Swam Kashtam Upete. Such Yogeshwar Krishna, he has went back to Nija Nityam Dhama, his own abode, Aprakata Leelam, in his unmanifested pastime. So Krishna having gone back to his abode, Dharma, the Sanatana Dharma, Kam Sharanam Gataha. So, in whose Sharana, in whose Ashraya did Sanatana Dharma went? You know, whose refuge did Sanatana Dharma take or took? Tat Bruhi Kathaya. You please narrate that to us even. And we know that the Sanatan Dharma took the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's coming up ahead. So Bruhi Kathayaha, and yes, like that. So iti prathama skandha prathama adhyayasya anvayah samaptah dashavatare militva. So now you have got a special specs, glasses. Yeah, it's like that only. Whenever you read any shloka, you will be like scanning Dashavatara, e-dvayam. No. e-dvaye sarveśvare. And it's nice. I won't waste any much of your time. And thank you very much. Any questions? Quick ones? Okay, we'll meet tomorrow by Krishna's grace. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Keep blessing.